Sorry about that. Welcome back to First News at 6. And it looks like we are going to be dealing with a little bit of hot weather as we go through the next couple of days. Notice for the rest of your evening, yes, we are going to be in the 80s for at least the next couple of hours. However, temperatures quickly fall into the 70s after sunset and will likely be staying in the 60s for tonight. So that's where our morning lows are going to be all across north central North Dakota. Highs, on the other hand, will likely reach 90 for the first time this season and year in Minot. For now, going with 95 degrees. So that's a big increase compared to what we had today. Looking across the lower U.S., we've got a large upper level ridge impacting much of the central and western United States. That's why that heat dome is going to be pushing eastward into North Dakota, and that is going to be giving us those 90-degree temperatures for a few days. Already in the 90s for Montana, and eventually that will spread eastward as we go into tomorrow. Notice Glendive at 97, 101 in Glasgow. Now, for the moment, triple digits are not really in the forecast, but 90s definitely are, as we're at 87 degrees for the moment. The smoke and haze still a thing across much of central and western North Dakota. And tomorrow morning, lows are only going to be in the 60s region-wide, so it's going to be a hot and hazy day, maybe a few afternoon clouds, but nonetheless, we are still expecting temperatures in the 90s across the region, maybe a couple of pop-up storms across parts of northwestern North Dakota. As we take a look into the future, looking at July 16th through the 20th, temperatures still forecast to be slightly above normal all across our first warn viewing area. What about precipitation? Well, the dry trend is going to prevail overall. Only slight chances of an afternoon or evening isolated storm, which means, yes, we are not expecting very much, if any, precipitation at all. So remember, tonight we will be in the 60s, back to near or above 90 for tomorrow. Likely going to reach that in Minot, and that'll be our first 90-degree day of the year. So a couple of hot and humid days can be expected across the region, and it looks like, unfortunately, that will continue into the weekend. As for next week, we will get a little bit of a cool down. Mid-80s for Monday, Tuesday, lower 80s, and possibly only reaching the 70s for next week. So luckily, this will just be a short-term heat wave underway.
All right, thank you, Henry.